Hi everyone, my name is Thomas Kim. Today is October 24th, 2022. This is my 120th episode for C++ 17 2023 CUDA SQL OpenGL DBB. This is also 8th episode about OpenGL Context, 12th episode for OpenGL MFC integration. We will learn how to use MakeCurrent, SwapBuffers. I will also discuss GUI thread. In any GUI application, only a single GUI thread is used. That is, all GUI events or messages are handled in sequential order. We don't need to concern about synchronization when we handle GUI events because all events are handled by a single GUI thread. If you want to follow my current session, I will assume you have watched my previous videos listed here. From episode 119, OpenGL Context 7, please double-click this link. From episode 119, Show More, you can download our previous source code. Please note that if you want to follow my current session, you should have watched episode 17. In episode 107, we learned how to use GLM for mathematics. If you haven't watched this video, you may have difficulties understanding my current session. Of course, I assume you have watched all previous videos up to episode 119. If you skip one video, you can have difficulties understanding subsequent episode. So in folder, extract, rename 120. Copy the folder path, copy, paste it in your working directory. In this folder, double-click this solution. Our default solution is code. Press Ctrl F5. In this program, we haven't integrated OpenGL yet. Now close it. Right-click, set as startup project, press Ctrl F5. We will integrate this OpenGL code to our MFC application. Now select code in the class view, expand. Scene view, double-click it. Here, we will create a member function, bool MakeCurrent. Copy this function in the onInitialUpdate. Here, paste. Copy this class name, paste it here. Now WGL MakeCurrent. We need to pass HDC, Windows Device Context. This MPDC get safe HDC. Then we need to pass OpenGL rendering context. This MH rendering context. Now press F1. You have to read this document very carefully. Scroll down. When WGL current function succeeds, the return value is true. So I will copy this, paste it here. It returns true. If successful, I will delete this so we can return. Okay, save all. Once in this document again, you have to read this part very carefully. I would copy this part, copy, paste it here. I will arrange. Please read this document very carefully. Before switching to new rendering context, OpenGL flushes previous rendering context that was current to the calling thread. A thread can have one current rendering context. A process can have multiple rendering contexts by means of multiple threading. A thread must set current rendering context before calling any OpenGL function. Otherwise, all OpenGL calls are ignored. Please pay special attention to this part. A thread must set current rendering context before calling any OpenGL functions. Otherwise, all OpenGL calls are ignored. A thread can have one current rendering context. We are using a single GUI thread. Okay, we are using single GUI thread. All GUI events or messages are processed by a single GUI thread, but we are using multiple rendering context. Okay, we are using multiple rendering context. So whenever we change our client windows, we have to reset our current rendering context. So don't forget this. Now I will fold it up. Save. Now in the solution, in this file, header file, OpenGL programming guide, we defined these operators. We also need these operators for GLM library. Copy in the code shader header files, shader utility.h. This is our shader utility header file from the code project. We can paste it here. We don't use talk play fun SS stream. Instead, SED or stream. Copy, paste, paste, paste. Now save all. we will rebuild our solution. Right click, rebuild solution. We should be able to build 3 solutions successfully. Now, in this project source, we need source. From this file, we will copy this state. Copy in the sceneview.h. In this header file, private paste GL plot degree angle. We will initialize to 0.0. This is angle for rotation. Now save all. In this file again, we will copy initialize. I will copy up to this in the source. We need sceneview.cpp. In this file, right before MakeCurrent, I will paste. Now scroll up. We need sceneview class. Paste it here. We will unindent. We remove override. We don't need title. We don't need base initialize. Also, I will fix my code like this. Now, copy this in the scene view. We can paste it here. I will remove like this. Now save all. In CPP file, we don't have this. We use our own function. Create program. We provide 2 shaders. Save all. We have 2 shader, cube vertex, cube fragment. So cube but cube frag. Now save. Scroll down. If it has problem, we can fix. Okay. Now press Ctrl F7 to test build. It should succeed. Now source.cpp once again. We created this code in our previous episode. Copy this up to this point. Copy in the scene view right before MakeCurrent. Paste. Now scroll up. We remove override. Also, we need class name. Scene view class name. Scroll down. Paste like this. We don't need this parameter. Copy in the header file, paste, fix your code like this. Now save all. In the scene_view.cpp, we don't have this angle. This is this degree angle. Okay, I will delete this. Save all. Please remember MakeCurrent. This documentation says before switching to new rendering context, OpenGL flushes any previous rendering context that was current to the calling thread. A thread can have one current rendering context. A thread must be set current rendering context before calling any OpenGL function. Otherwise, all OpenGL calls are ignored. Copy this. In the display, paste. It means we have to call this MakeCurrent. Okay. Now save all. So all OpenGL code should be followed after MakeCurrent. Now this is not supported. std cout. We can delete debug. std and there. Now here it should be std cout std and there. Now after this, we don't have base class display. We have to use SwapBuffers. We pass mpdc get shape hdc. Don't miss semicolon. So I will fix our code like this. Now press F1. SwapBuffer function. The SwapBuffer function exchanges front and back buffers if the current pixel format for the window referenced by the specified device context includes a back buffer. Copy this, paste it here. I will arrange like this. Now press Ctrl F7. It built successfully. Save all. In the class view on initial update, here we will call initialize this function, then this set timer. We pass timer ID 1000. We can change this value later. 20. This is elapsed time in millisecond, 20 millisecond. Then we pass null. So with these settings, on timer is called. On timer, this function is called. Now here we call this play. Now on resize, we have to control OpenGL viewport. Now here, if cs greater than cy, this means width is greater than height. We set GL viewport. So CX, this is width. CY, this is height. Over 2, 0. CY, the smaller CY, height. Height is the smaller. Else, copy, paste. In this case, 0, CY, CX, CX, CX. In this case, height is greater than or equal to width. CY is height. CX is width. The smaller is CX. In this case, the smaller is CY. This is incorrect. We are using OpenGL command. So, whenever we use OpenGL command, we need MakeCurrent. Okay? Whenever we use OpenGL command, we need to use MakeCurrent. In the onDraw function, in this function is called when we need to draw our window. So this display, because this function go to definition, it calls MakeCurrent, then SwapBuffer. Now press Ctrl F5. Not this one. Close it. In the solution, make it as startup project. Now press Ctrl F5. We open scene. Something wrong. Now close it. Close it. Here on timer, we forgot one thing. This degree angle, we increment 1.0 F. We increment angle. Press Ctrl F5. Now open, open, open. It should now work like this. Now I will resize. Okay, it flashes. You notice the flash. For example, I resize. You can notice the flash. Now close it. Close it. In this class, you can select on erase background. We have to disable return true. We should not erase background. Press Ctrl F5. Now we can create two windows. Now it doesn't flash. Okay. I will resize. It does not flash. It works correctly. Now we don't need this debug message. Close it. close it. In the display, in this function, we don't need debug message, so I will disable it. Also, Ctrl K, Ctrl C. In the event handler on mouse wheel, in this function std cout, we test z delta this value, z delta std enter. Now Ctrl F5. Here I create one document. I scroll up, see z delta 120. I scroll down. This is negative. I scroll up. This is positive. Now close it. We can disable it. If z delta greater than 0, then this scale factor plus equal scale factor times 0.1. We increase, else we decrease. We fixed like this. Press Ctrl F5. Now I zoom up, zoom down, or zoom in, zoom out. I can create multiple window. Zoom in, zoom out. I haven't debugged yet. That means I haven't checked resource leak. I will discuss resource leak prevention in my next episode.